Hello everyone. With everyone talking about Infinity War and how amazing it is, people forgetting about the film's younger brother, Avengers Age of Megatron. So I decided to review it. Wait, what? It's Avengers Age of Ultron. Same thing. This isn't Transformers, mate. Oh. I'm sorry. That definitely doesn't look like Transformers to me. With everyone talking about Avengers Infinity War and discussing how amazing it is, people are forgetting about the film's younger brother, Avengers Age of Megatron. And I'll be calling it that throughout the entire review, just to annoy everyone. Hey, people are gonna hate me for disliking this film, so you know what, might as well take it one step further. So I'm going to discuss its upsides, downsides, and there's gonna be minor spoilers up ahead. And with that out of the way, let's begin. Age of Ultron is the finale to the second phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The film is all about the Avengers fighting a rogue AI accidentally created by Tony Stark and Bruce Banner called Ultron, with Ultron's goal being the extinction of humanity. The film was a 12-day and was produced by Marvel Studios in America, and was directed by Joss Whedon with the talents of Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Mark Ruffalo, and Chris Hemsworth, playing some of the main cast, with the main demographic basically being your casual movie-going audience, and isn't exactly directed to anyone in particular. I mean, for example, this guy could go see the film. I mean, even this guy could go see the film. I'm going to be dividing the review up into 4 sections: the good, the bad, how to fix the bad, and the conclusion. So, for our first point, we'll start off with the good. The film starts off with the Avengers crowded around a table having a party, and Thor lets everyone have a shot lifting his hammer for a rather entertaining scene, and a nice introduction to Ultron. Seeing the Avengers interact with each other is usually the best part about these films. So, this scene was overall really good. In my opinion, the best scene in the film was most likely when Tony's Hulkbuster suit takes on the Hulk, and has great visuals in action, and it throws in a comedic moment that I will never get tired of.
I'm sorry.
The acting for everyone is very well done, except for one of them, but we'll get to that later. The visual effects are nice to look at, most of the comedic moments worked fine. It introduces some great characters and it's all pretty nice to look at, and as all the positive stuff I can say about this film. I've cherry-picked 3 issues of the film which I'm going to be discussing. So, we're going to go into the bad stuff. Point number 1 is going to be around the romance between Black Widow and the Hulk. The movie is already filled to the brim with other plot points and characters, so the romance between these two is just rushed to the point where it's laughable. Even the one scene where Bruce isn't the Hulk, and the film tries to craft a romantic moment between the two, it still fails, and when watching the film, I had to force myself not to laugh at how bad the scene was.
I didn't realize you were waiting.
I would have joined you, but it didn't seem like the right time.
They used up all the hot water.
I should have joined you.
Missed our window.
Did we?
Point number 2. Return to what I said earlier, where all the acting was sold except for one character. Yeah, I'm talking about Quicksilver. For this point, I'm going to be using X-Men Days of Future Past Quicksilver as a comparison for why he worked, but Age of Ultron Quicksilver didn't work. Issue number 1. X-Men Quicksilver was given time to flesh out his personality. You see yourself, there was so much in this film, they couldn't fit it in, does not apply here. Because Age of Ultron Quicksilver had more screen time than X-Men Quicksilver, and yet he got a bad character, while X-Men Quicksilver got a fleshed out character. Issue number 2, his Russian accent. It's as if the actor had a Russian accent in passing and tried to replicate that in the film. And we ended up getting this.
Ah, this is funny, Mr. Stark. It's what, comfortable? Like old times?
Issue 3, Super Speed. You have one of the most interesting powers, and yet it isn't exactly utilized to its full potential. Once again, X-Men Quicksilver did it better. Days of Future Past had fun creative scenes that messed around the power, while Age of Ultron underutilized it and failed to impress with some rather dull scenes. So the third and final point, and arguably the film's biggest flaw. Going into the film, you've probably seen all the trailers and the promotional material for the film, and how it was all centered around Ultron. He was saying things like he wasn't a puppet like everyone else, and he was going to make change by killing all of humanity. Intimidating, right?
There are no strings on me.
Well, the film says the exact opposite.
Don't compare me with Stark. Wait, guys!
A good hero has often got a good villain, while Ultron is one of the most disappointing villains I've seen in film, and that is what ruined the film for me. He shoots like a goofball, he cannot be taken seriously, which means Ultron is not nearly as scary or threatening as he should be. Loki worked this way because he was meant to be comedic. Ultron is meant to be a threatening, scary, murderous robot, but in the end, his goofballiness, if that's even a word, is what killed the film for me. So, how do you fix the romance between the Hulk and Black Widow? Very simple. Devote more time to it or spread it out in between the Avengers movies. How to fix Quicksilver? Write him better and get a different actor. So, how do you fix Ultron? Well, very simple. Make him feel next to no emotions apart from anger and rage. And make sure that, he isn't a complete and utter goofball.
Wait, guys!
So, in the end, is the film bad? It is a fun mess of superhero action. Would I say it's a great film that I will remember for years to come? Ha! Nope. I would even call it a good film. Just something you can look at and be like, yeah, that was a film. And sadly enough, it feels like Marvel does not care about this film. They're like, oh yeah, guys, forget this film. It's wait, stick around for the next one. Infinity War, that's the good one. The one we actually put effort into. So in the end, Age of Ultron is a meh movie. That's about it. 5 out of 10. Would I recommend it? If you're bored and want some mindless action, go for it. Well, that was my review on Age of Ultron, so in the meantime, here's a smoke bomb.